We're going to be talking about the origin of life. So this question, where did we all come from? Does anybody have an answer?
Ocean.
Jesus.
What the heck?
Jesus is one theory. Okay.
Parents.
Parents.
I know this is biology, but like it's so inappropriate.
It's okay.
Sperm.
We're only exploring a theory. Scientists' theory. Anybody else? So when you hear the word evolution, what do you think of?
Evolving. Plants.
Evolving. What does that mean?
Like where something evolves into something bigger.
The
Something
graph.
like that.
So it changes.
Yeah, changes.
Change. Okay.
Are we made out of
Water. Are we made out of dirt?
dirt or water?
Okay. So we're made of our composition.
Fish.
You think of
Bacteria.
fish.
Yes.
Bacteria. Very important. Who can define evolution for me?
I got it.
Their own words,
I can't.
not the textbook.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
Well, I want to know what you think evolution is.
Evolution
That's deep.
Is it like rising?
Rising. I'm looking for something more specific.
Fire.
It is not fire. All right. I want you guys to direct your attention over here. Our learning objectives for today. If you can answer these two questions by the end of the class, you will have learned what you needed to learn for today. The first question, you sir, what is your name? Fabian. Can I have you read this first question for me?
What was Charles Darwin's
Contribution.
to science?
What was Charles Darwin's contribution to science? Or, in other words, what did Charles Darwin give to science? What did he give to us?
His effort and trying for it.
Okay. And
Melanie.
can you read this for me, please?
What part did what's his name?
Darwin.
Darwin organism or the grounding
Galapagos.
islands.
Very good. What pattern did Darwin observe among organisms of the Galapagos Islands? These two questions, that's it. If you can answer them, you've learned the lesson for today. Okay, so with that, everybody has a theory of where we came from. Today we're just going to be studying the theory of evolution. Now I stress that it is a theory, which means that no, obviously none of us were there in the beginning.
Nope.
So we're going on educated evidence. We're going on evidence that science has to put a big picture together. You know, we all, and whether you know it or not, each and every one of you is a scientist. Yes.
How in the
Because
heck did that happen?
science is all about answering your questions. Maybe you don't care about this question. Where did you come from? But there are questions you do care about. And science is all about answering your questions with evidence. Not just pulling it, not just guessing it, but proving and disproving. So I have a video for you guys that I'd like you guys to watch.
Yeah, let me set it up for you.
Thank you, sir. It's the first one.
First one, right?
Chill, bro.
You alright over there, George? Yeah. You feeling fine?
No. This one, right? Yeah.
Yes.
What the
Watch your language.
Stated Clearly presents Can Science Explain the Origin of Life?
Would you read that for me, please? Right here, the key concepts.
What word?
Yeah, I read key concepts. The majority, I want George in here. I see the potential.
Wait, this one?
Good, good.
Always try to use Darwin. What is it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. What was Charles Darwin's contribution to science? Thank you, George. So that was the same objective we looked over, and the second one is what pattern did Darwin observe among organisms? So this is, when you read this text, it's gonna be kind of like a hunt. You guys are looking for this information. You guys don't need to read every single word in this text. The words that are highlighted, you guys see the words that are highlighted?
Right here, evolutionary theory.
Exactly, those show which words are important. So to make your reading go by faster, so you guys don't have to spend half the day reading it. You know, we're gonna read it together, okay? So we're just gonna do a quick walkthrough. We're gonna read the big words. Melanie, would you please read those big blue words for me?
What's one?
This one right here.
I think I love it.
All right. Voyage of the Beagle. Okay? You guys don't know what that is yet, but we will. So we'll keep that in mind. Okay. Okay, so Darwin's observations. On the next page, you guys will see Darwin's observations. Dylan. On this page, if you had to tell me what information was important, what would you say? Let's say it's 5 minutes before a test and you need to know everything on this page. What's important? Okay, you go to the side notes, the concepts. What does it say?
How did Hutton and O'Reilly describe the biological chain? According to Ramark, how would the species fall? What was the I don't even know.
Big words.
Population growth.
Okay. Very good. Can I have you please? Give me the big words here. What's this?
An agent changing. Changing Earth. Just want to flip the page because then
You know what? No, I did go too far.
Darwin's observation.
Yes. You know what? I did go too far. Okay. So we're gonna do the reading real quick, okay, you guys? Can I have you read? Yes, please. It's Gabriel, right? Isaiah, I'm sorry.
That's alright. The words are the nature presents, or the top or bottom?
Let's start at the top.
Nature presents scientists with the puzzle of human share the comparison between of other kinds of organisms of every imaginable shape, size, bird, of living things. It's called biological diversity. How did all these different organisms alive? How they live, especially because the result of life is diversity.
Very good, sir. Thank you.
Eternity.
Just start here. Whatever you feel comfortable.
Just say that to your say what? Mr. Diaz, can I use your restroom? Out for the diversity of life. Do I keep going?
Yes.
Not really? Okay.
She does.
Oh, she does? Okay, I'll continue.
What?
So the answer is a collection of scientific facts, observations, and hypotheses known as evolutionary theory. So you guys, we're gonna come up on a keyword, evolution. or change over time is the process by which modern organisms have descended from ancient organisms. So evolution is like how you said, it's change over time.
Yep.
How does change happen over time?
Because they get older.
Okay, they
Like my
get
snakes,
older.
they're like this big now.
Okay, they get older. So this whole time you've
They
been
get bigger.
changing. You've been changing over time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask you guys a question. If you, let's say you have kids. Let's say you guys have kids,
Wait, sorry.
and your kids have kids, right? No, not you. I'm saying, okay. So let's say that you and your kids have kids, and it happens like this.
They
A
have
billion
kids.
years from now, do you think your kids would look like you?
No.
Yes.
Do you think they would?
I
Really?
do.
Really?
Another version
They
of
probably
me.
be.
They probably look a little bit
Bro, I
different,
know
right?
the version.
So,
Everything.
so what do you think they'd look like if they didn't look like you? Like a million, maybe your son might look like you. Maybe your daughter might look like you. But billions of years from now, like let's say if you look 1,000 years back to your great grandpa, would he look like you? Or would he look a little different?
You look a little the same.
Maybe some difference, but a
Look like
billion
Bigfoot.
years, there'd be a big difference. And that's what evolution is. It's change over reproduction.
Is Bigfoot now?
I'm not sure about that.
Wait, so
But
what would that result from?
the other key component, I'm really not sure, but the other key component is reproduction. So, organisms need to do the do for change to happen. So, two people come together. Let's say a person with green eyes and a person with brown eyes have a baby. So that baby now has the genetic code of the person with the blue eyes and the green eyes.
How cute.
So interesting thing, it's funny, with my family, it skips a generation. So my mom has really curly red hair and she's very white skinned. But my sister, her daughter, she's like dark skinned and doesn't look white at all, right?
Dude, my grandma.
But her daughter has colored eyes and super white skin. So it skips a generation. So even though her daughter doesn't look like her, the genetic code is still there. So in reproduction, every time you guys reproduce, or every time a cell reproduces, it always changes the code. And so with changes happening over billions of years, things begin to look a bit different. Okay. So, okay. Voyage of the Beagle. Let's get back to our reading, you guys. The individual who contributed more to our understanding of evolution than anyone else is Charles Darwin. Okay, so when you guys think of evolution, I want you guys to think of this name, Charles Darwin. Does anybody know anything about Charles Darwin?
George.
George knows a lot about him. He studies it.
Really? George, please share with the class.
Dylan.
What do you know about Charles Darwin?
He likes to study.
I could tell.
Yeah, different.
Don't wait for nobody. You have to tell us how.
You guys know yourself.
Use your words.
I
I'm
never.
not sure, but.
But you told me you've been studying.
Okay, Dylan.
I think I
that's
got
enough.
Darwin from Nebo.
That's enough. Yes, sir.
My backpack.
He did invent something.
And he discovered some chemical and all that.
No.
Oh, my bad.
Charles Darwin
Is
is
a
the
victor.
person who came up with the theory of evolution. Okay, so you guys, this is connected to our question, okay? Hey, attention please, attention real
My
quick.
bad, my bad.
Charles Darwin this answers that question. Charles Darwin is the person who came up with this theory of evolution. So now when you hear the word evolution, think of that name, Charles Darwin.
That's what I thought about in the beginning. Because I was learning about him like 8th and 7th grade.
Very good. So Darwin was born in England on February 12, 1809, the same as Abraham Lincoln. Shortly after completing his college studies, Darwin joined the crew from HMS Beagle. In 1831, he sailed from England for a voyage around the world. Why do you think Darwin wanted to go around the world.
So
Really? That's actually very accurate. Dylan said that Charles Darwin went around the world so he could study animals, find animals and plants. Why do you think he wanted to study plants and animals?
Cause some scientists talk about that.
He's a scientist. See? I like it. You're on top of it today. A scientist. He had a question and he wanted to search out his answer. See, all you guys are scientists. You guys all have your questions and I hope you guys all find your answers. Don't stop looking for your answers. But so Charles Darwin's question was, where did all life come from? That's what Charles Darwin's question was.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be like your mom or something?
Where did she come from? Her mom. And where did she come from? It all comes back to where did it all come from?
Where it all began.
Exactly. So during his travels, Darwin made numerous observations and collected evidence that led him to propose a revolutionary hypothesis about the way life changes over time. So what's a hypothesis, you guys?
A hypothesis is it's like you do an experiment and that's like your answer to it.
Okay.
Or like your, I can't think
It's an educated guess.
It's an educated guess.
you wake up?
Thank
Good
you,
job,
John.
I wasn't even sleeping.
Not every closed eye is sleeping. Not every open eye is awake.
Look, I don't understand. Nice. Got my hand. No, motherfucker.
Okay, thank you, John.
You're welcome.
A hypothesis is an educated guess, and that is exactly what evolution is. Evolution is an educated guess. None of us were there, but we see it over time. Like, are you the same George you were 2 years ago?
Thank God.
No, you're changing, right? 2
I've
years
been changed.
You've been changing. And as a matter of fact, our bodies are constantly changing. Even our body chemistry. Do you know the emotions that we feel? Anger, sadness, happiness are all just chemical reactions happening inside of our bodies.
Cause he didn't find his answer.
He needed to find his answers, right? It was fueled by his
Yeah.
questions.
That was right. Yeah.
Okay, but why many? Why not just stop at like down the street and pick up an animal and be like, oh, see, that's my answer. Why do you think he went all around the world? And this is back in
So we
1800s.
can
Jesus.
so we can like tell what about his work
Say again?
about the work he invented.
I've heard of that.
He wanted to search out his theory. Let's come up here to the PowerPoint. I feel like that'll be easy.
Look up here.
Thank you, Tim.
You're welcome. It's a picture.
All right, so this is the same chapter that we were just reading. So let's follow along. You guys, can I get the next one?
I know you did not just say that.